Yo, what's up? What's up, guys? This is John Sanders with Limitless Hoops, man. And if you're here, check it in the comment section so that we know that you're here, so that we can basically see you during practice and being like, that kid actually cares. I think I'll give that kid more of a chance because we want to help the kids that care a lot out. Because there are 4 types of players. Look, our program is not perfect here in Faculty All-Stars, but we will go toward that. And at one point in time, it was pretty close to being perfect in Oakland. But I needed this one factor that we haven't really added yet to make it better. And this one factor is to separate the kids. All right, you should have the good players up top, and you have the lower players on the bottom. And it's not like... yeah, it's like the players that are good and the players that suck. I get it, but like, it's also like the players that want to be good versus the players that don't want to be good. And usually those guys are the same, all right? But as we're forming our team, we realize there's actually 4 groups. And even in California, when I thought it was pretty good, it still wasn't good enough because there should be 4 groups. But I figured once you start doing that, you're like, well, what about 8? What about 16 groups? It's like, it's stupid after a while, right? And especially when you only have so much gym time, right? You only have so many hours in the day to do stuff. And then in the end, it's like, well, then you can't really please everyone. So what kind of program do you want? Who do you want in your program? All right. What's up, Kieran and Declan Louth? All right. So what it winds up being is this. There are mainly 4, all right? There are the good and the bad kids, but there's 2 types of good and bad kids, and those 2 types are the good and bad kids that will either try hard or not try hard. So you'll have the good player who wants to try their hardest, the bad player that wants to try their hardest, the good player that doesn't want to try their hardest, and the bad player who doesn't want to try their hardest. Now, of course, this guy's gone. The bad player doesn't want to try their hardest. It's like you have no time for that. That person will be like, why are we going to another game, guys? Can't we just go to a pizza party? Come on, dude, right? So you know that guy's up. And you know that you want the best player or the really good player who's trying their hardest, of course. But which of these 2 players do you really want to keep? And since you have so much time, you do need to separate them. You need a top team and a bottom team. You do, all right? Because being on the same team, having different goals, it's just weird, man. And like, you can't speak the same way. It's like, oh, okay, well, let's have this game be for you guys and this game be for you guys. Like when we were in Vegas, we had a chance to like win, but then we had to kind of go, no, it's not. We can't go for winning right now because we have a certain segment of players that don't need to just win, and that's okay, because again, this sport isn't for everybody, and especially at the higher levels, right? So, what up, Vaughn and Donovan? What's up, guys? Vaughn and Donovan are here. But yeah, so it's like, how do you split them up? And I think out of those 2 players in the middle, the player that wants to be good but isn't good right now, I prefer that player. Not so much because, like, due to like, my morality stance, but because I think unless the other player is like wildly better, it doesn't even matter. And then, like, in our state, Colorado, there's no one wildly better. So I think everyone below high school can catch anyone. I mean, because you have time. The guys that are the best players here, quote unquote, they're not amazing. So I don't really want the guys that are unwilling to work. So I want the lower level to be the kid. I want everyone in the program to be willing to try their hardest. All right, and then I want 2 different levels: the players that are already good and the players that want to be good, and they need to be separated so that you can go at different rates, so you can figure out different things. All right, because people are different, and if you can like kind of cater toward that, that is a little bit better. But we don't need all 4 levels, or 16, or 256 levels, or 65,536 levels. We don't need all that. All right, I can keep going. I know the next one. All right, but no, we just need like to get certain people out of the way so we can do our thing. And it does take a while to weed through all the nonsense. So make sure that you are not a part of the nonsense. All right, let's start up here. What do we have? We got, I know we talked about Damian Lillard. All right, we're not going to talk about that one again. That one's amazing. It's crazy. But we will talk about this. All right, this right here is Adam Silver. And I guess in our thing right now, I guess I'm Adam Silver. But I do want an Adam Silver-like presence. And I was thinking about what we want to do for Saturdays and Sundays, because I do want this show every single day. All right. So I try to do like the highlights, but that's not really like a show. And I don't know what time we have games on the weekend, so it's kind of hard. But I was thinking about this for Sundays, because this is already on my list. But I think we should maybe start it. And I want to have like an Adam Silver-like talk about where the league is, where the teams are, and I can make that our Sunday thing. Kind of like winds up everything. Maybe I'll show like highlights of the best things that we talked about all week long. Something like that. And I think that I'm going to start that up. But if you have any ideas on what we should do for that Saturday, that would be possible, that would be cool. I thought about just opening my camera up while in the gym, but some gyms don't even have service. So I want it to be different. I want it to be unique. I want it to be something that you guys want to see. So throw me some ideas, either in person or in the comment section. If you have any ideas what you guys want for that Saturday, or if you don't like my Sunday idea, tell me some ideas for that. All right, but I think that it should be like not like a powerful, but like a very short speech, or whatever, like 30, 40, maybe 60-second speech about like where we're at, what we're doing, what's on tap, or like something like that. And I can even like set that one up where I can film it before, so it'll show at 4:30, and that could be something that we just like check in with. Just to check in with. All right, or maybe we can have like a whole segment dedicated to like your homework, possibly. All right, where we like show like the best of the homework. Like I make like a little highlight film of the homework, maybe. I don't know, but give me some ideas. All right, the elephant walking the tightrope. Okay, this one is about impossibilities. All right, and for the impossibilities, all right, look, this is I've said this one to a few people. All right, because I like the movie. What is the movie called? The movie is called Final Destination, where like these guys were supposed to be dead. Then they survived somehow, and then death was out looking for them. And all these crazy, impossible things happen, and death starts killing them in crazy ways. That's how I feel going through this like basketball thing with like certain people, because you can see that this kid isn't good, and he wants to be good, and you're like, no. You're not a basketball player, and you think that, and you think that, and you think that, and then all of a sudden, Jared Dudley's in the NBA, and you're like, what? Oh, crap. If I saw him before, I would have said he wasn't a basketball player. Huh, I guess I was wrong. And then all the other kids that are like Jared Dudley are like, wait a minute, you told me that, and I quit because of you. What the heck? If you had just told me I had a chance, I didn't know that you had a chance. Then why don't you shut up then, sir? Like that, right? But because it's so easy to see the players that can't make it, and they can see themselves in the mirror. They're a freaking elephant. They're an elephant trying to tightrope walk, man. But dude, no one can judge you, because because part of the reason why those players that don't look like basketball players don't make the NBA and don't make D1 is because they don't look like a basketball player. And that's so silly, because their coaches will treat them differently, therefore they won't be as good. They'll be like, how much practice time do I get, coach? Oh no, you don't look like a basketball player, so I'll sit you over there. But wouldn't more practice time give me more of a chance? Well, of course. And then they'll look at themselves in the mirror and say, how much do I want to work out today? And then they will do the same thing to themselves, and they'll be like, I don't look like a basketball player, therefore I'm going to work out less. If you looked in the mirror and you saw a 6'9" black dude with muscles out to like boom, boom, boom there, would you be working out more? So you're doing the same thing that the coaches were just accused of doing to yourself. And then your parents treat you differently too, all on top of that. And it's all these factors where if you just removed it all and you put everything on like an even like scale, the NBA might look vastly different. Where it could be like, whoa, there's short people, there's tall people, there's white people, there's black. Like, wow. When it was fair and everyone was given the equal opportunities, look what happened. All right, because it doesn't really matter too much if you're tall, because you can you can figure that out. So with that said, man, here are the things that will stand in your way. When you try to make the NBA, you're going out there and you're like, I'm gonna make the NBA. Fate starts catching up to you in a few different ways. First, you'll start trying it, and you'll realize, dude, I'm really getting tired. Because someone gave you a chance to follow in Steph Curry's footsteps. And for Steph Curry, he was tired, but he was like excited. So he didn't get as tired because he was made to do this. So you might get tired and be like, I quit. That was tiring. So tiredness. And then all of a sudden you have school homework. Yes. Michael Jordan had homework too, but for his homework, it came easier to him maybe. Maybe he did less of it. I don't know. I have no idea. But like his homework didn't stop him from shooting basketballs for 3 hours a day. So like your homework stopped you, and that's one of the things that will stop you. It's just done. That's the thing that stopped you. All right. Or I don't know, soreness. Like you're like, dude, I can't go. And that's like, again, your body just happens to not be made to recover very fast. It's not your fault, but you lose. And maybe that's what the coaches were seeing when they judged you in the first place, back in second grade. And they were like, oh, you're not made for that. You're going to get sore when other players wouldn't get sore. Like Wilt Chamberlain just didn't get sore. So you lose. All right. Other things though, anxiety. All right, you tell LeBron, you got to carry this whole team, LeBron. We can't do anything without you. You're a sixth grader and you got to do everything on the team, LeBron. And he goes, nice. Everything you say. And then you go, I got to do everything. And then you shy away and then you just don't even show up. Right? So anxiety or like depression. And you're like sitting there like, oh my God. The referee called another foul on me. I'm going to cuss him out. Like, dude, like you're not made for it. Your mind isn't built for this like longevity thing, and you're just proving it, right? And out of all those things, if you can beat all those things, if you can beat the things like height, you can beat the things like all these like things that are holding you back. Right? Maybe you're a little pudgy, right? It's holding you back. If you beat all those things, you're like, I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna work out just like Michael Jordan did, just like Kobe. I'm gonna work just like him. Where's my NBA now? I bet you that's just because of my height that I lose. No, it won't be. Fate will find a way. Fate will find a way to stop you for some reason. I don't know why, and I've noticed this. You will have a flat tire on the way to practice. You will oversleep. You will hurt your wrist because you fell on it. You will something will stop you. I've just noticed it. So when that happens, you got to fight against fate, just like the movie Final Destination, and you got to be like, all right, cool, like. Yeah, I slept in. Let's go work out twice as much, and let's make sure that I try to show up an hour and a half before practice, just in case I oversleep. And you start overcompensating for things, and you make sure that like no matter what happens, you've got it covered. And then you can be that elephant walking the tightrope, where nothing can stop you, not even like fate itself. All right, so don't let anything stop you out there. And if stuff does start stopping you, just notice what I noticed, man. These kids will come for like 2 straight weeks and work so hard, and you're like, what's the difference between them and Kobe Bryant? Looks like no difference. They're doing the homework every day. It looks great. You're like, but this kid sucks. It doesn't look right. I'll tell you what the difference is. I don't know why, but it might be one of those many reasons that I listed before. After 3 weeks of them working hard, they'll stop. That's what it is. You won't see them still coming, because if they did, they would be a part of another universe. All right, and like in this universe, that person isn't supposed to make it. So when your friends stop coming to practice, your friends stop working out, they're just telling you like, dude, it's too hard. That's too weird. It feels strange going that far because it wasn't meant for me. But for you, if it starts to feel strange, starts to feel weird, starts to feel uncomfortable, realize you weren't born to be an NBA basketball player. And when you make it there, be like, I wasn't even born to do this. I had to knock the door down. So it doesn't need to feel comfortable. You don't need to feel relaxed and like safe and like in your comfort zone or like, you know, like healthy or whatever. I don't know. It can be a struggle the entire time because you are that elephant on the tightrope. So just make it there, please. All right, we have our quote of the day today. And for this one, it is, the obstacles are actually the path. All right, we have a special video for that one. All right, so watch this video done by Coach Derek Valdez talking about the obstacles already the past, the quote of the day. Let's watch it real quick, y'all.
Quote of the day.
Wait, that way you can hear his voice, but you can't see him. Which one is this one? This is not that. Is it this one? It's that one right there. There we go. All right, let's check him out.
Obstacle is actually the path. This is a quote that most kids probably don't get. It's something that you don't realize until it's hindsight, meaning when you look back at your life, you're like, oh yeah, things might have always been leading me in this direction. I just didn't realize it. And when you take that into consideration, you know, you kind of got to learn to enjoy the everyday grind, the everyday struggles. Once you get through those, that's when you kind of see what's happening around you, kind of see where you've ended up. And so, you know, whatever your goal is in life, whether it's professional basketball player, whether it's technology, whether it's a rec center like myself, you know, you set up your goal. But what gets you there is the path. And, you know, along that path, you are just going to encounter different things. You'll encounter not making varsity your freshman year. You'll encounter struggling to make 15 jumpers in a row during practice. You'll encounter not being able to program correctly with the right codes. You know, things will happen. And if the obstacles are the path, then it's your job to overcome those obstacles. And once you do, and you understand what the obstacle was and how you got past it, you've actually improved yourself and you've taken a step towards the goal. And so just enjoy that, because if there's no obstacles, you're not improving, you're not getting better, and you're not going toward your goal. And so yeah, obstacle is the path.
Nice. Thank you very, very much, Derek Valdez. Yes, the obstacle's actually the path, dude. Like, I mean, if you're making a movie about your life or about like whatever, all right, and you are the star of this movie, don't you want to make it as exciting as possible? And if you had a big, huge game against like Steph Curry and Kevin Durant on Saturday, wouldn't you like show up? I mean, that's like the impetus of the whole movie. But if you skip it because you're scared, it's not really a great movie now, is it? Right? So like, if you start seeing certain obstacles and you start tripping up over them, realize that's what makes the movie. That's what makes your life like all the better. Like that's what makes it. It's like you overcoming that is like the coolest thing ever. So don't let it just trip you up. Don't let it like just ruin your entire day. Be like, this is my time to shine. This is the hardest thing in the world. And I'm going to show everyone that I can not only do well during this moment, but have a great attitude while doing it. All right. Let's check that itinerary out for the day. All right. The itinerary for the day, we got, in the future, we got layups, sideline, out of bounds for shots, zone flex, screens, don't cross half court on the trap, 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, 5-on-5 with Nash, then dash. For don't cross half court on the trap, that's a very crucial one. If you see a trap coming, you back up before you cross half court. You don't want that extra defender out there. Step in the pass, we did Manu Ginobili layup. Handoff to 2 shots, offensive free throw rebound, side right for the offense, and then 0 to 3 seconds down by 3 with free throws, and then 5-on-6 press break. For tonight, we got wall floor tap dribbles. That's when you dribble between your legs while tapping the wall. And then you tap the floor, and then you tap the wall in the floor. I don't have video for that one, but I do have. But we're going to talk about the double team step through when you have the ball up and they're double teaming you. You pump fake and then you step through with the ball. Or you can pump fake and go around them, but you have to be calm within that double team. And then play with key points is when you just play offensively, and then you go out there, and if you get every time that the offense gets inside the key, it counts as a point, because that is part of the game, trying to get inside the key and kicking out. As long as you get inside the key and kick it out safely, it counts as an extra point, because that's when you get the defense moving. That's when you can like show that you're like an offensive threat. All right, I'm going to talk about skeleton hype in a second, but 4 to 9 seconds down by 3 with free throws. All right, if we have 6 seconds left, let's say, and we're down by 3 with free throws, what will we do? Normally for workouts, we would practice this stuff, but for right now, we'll just talk about it. Down 6 seconds left, down by 3, and you have free throws. So we are shooting free throws. So if you down by 3, if you miss both free throws, you got to foul immediately. All right, you have no time to let them dribble around because there's less than 10 seconds. They can just run off the clock. All right, so but if you make one, and then you miss the second one and you don't get the rebound. Now you're down by 2. You still need a foul. All right. Now you still need a foul, and I would say the same goes for if you make both free throws. But now they're taking the ball out of bounds. I say you extra deny. All right, so that like in the person taking the ball out of bounds, you could be a jumper, or you can just go double team someone else. Because if you can get a steal in the situation, they need to pass the ball in bounds. But once they get the ball in bounds, then you foul them. Again, normally we would practice all these situations. I don't think we would be in a situation where we would want to miss the free throw on purpose. So don't do that. So we like to go over every situation so at the end of the games, we know what we're doing. All right, 5-on-5 winners run. That's if you win the game, you have to run. I love when we switch that around. But let's look at scale and hype real quick, okay? So on our website, you can look at all of our plays. Will the opposition start looking at our plays? Please, the opposition doesn't even practice their own plays. All right. So on our website, if you click on curriculum and you go to challenges, because it is a challenge to learn the plays. And you can scroll down past the short challenges, past the endeavors, past the homework. You get to the strategies page. And you click on any play that we have right here. And it'll take you there, and it'll let you cycle through them. But we're talking about scale and hype. So if I click on a hype, it'll show you the play. Where we dribble him out and he goes to post up. That is it. Boom. If this guy's flashing up and there's an empty spot, he dribbles at you, you cut back door, go to the basket, and come back here to post up. We don't have to pass it in, but we can. And if he's up, he goes back door, goes to the basket, comes back up and posts up. That's all there is to it. All right? And we have other plays, but the one that we're talking about is scale. So that one's ISO, lateral, poly, press break, pyramid. All right? But we're going to talk about scale. All right? And for scale, boom, you're going to do a flare cut like that. So you're gonna step in from the wing, like you're gonna come up, and this low post guy's gonna loop around and set a back pick, all right, where he can't see you. So set a back pick right there. You're gonna step into it and then flare out. This point guard is gonna dribble out to the lane line, and then he's gonna throw an overhead pass for this flare cut. It's called a flare screen and a flare cut or whatever, and then our flare pass even. The strong side wing cuts to the corner to give them some space. He doesn't want to bother them on this side. But this play is called scale. We named our plays after geometric terms, so it's like scalene, all right, or isosceles for ISO. Okay, so that's this play, and now I'm gonna try to draw them for you so we can do them together. So this is scale and hype, and this is the easy way to learn an offense. Okay, so what we do is we just have like one team out there. Okay, so we can pick the yellow team, and you're gonna be in different positions the entire time, so it doesn't matter where you are. So for scale and hype, we're gonna run those together. All right, this guy can have a ball. It's just a drill. We're gonna run it like a drill. So this guy will have a ball, and so will the guy in the back of him and the line. All right, and he will pick a side by dribbling either with his right hand or with his left hand. If he picks his left hand side, he's saying, I'm gonna go this way. So he's either gonna run scale or hype. So he's gonna dribble with his left hand, and he's gonna say scale or hype. If he says hype, that means he's gonna come this way, and this guy's gonna cut back door and then post up, which means he can't be there. All right, so this guy would just cut up. So we could now dribble out, and then he can cut back door to the basket and then cut right here to post up. But I like that because now this guy didn't move, this guy did. Now everyone needs to understand the play, right? But now if he's up here and dribbling with his left hand, and he calls out, let's say, scale, that means he's gonna dribble to right here. He says scale, and everyone knows he's gonna dribble to right here, so that means that the play is coming for this guy. All right, so he's gonna dribble out, and now these guys should know it, and he should stay still. He should come right here. He should sprint up like he's gonna get the ball, because during games, when people like this guy might jump the lane or something like that, trying to steal this back pass, we're gonna trick them by back picking for them right here so he can get surprised. All right, so that's why we run the play, but this is how we do it within this offense. As he's running up, he's gonna come out first and then set the screen. So he's gonna come in and then act like he's gonna curl right there, but the screen will be right there, and he's gonna go deep away from the 3-point line, so that the defender who's here getting screened and the other defender who's here guarding him can't steal this pass. So he's gonna go deep, because if he were flat and went right here, well, now this pass can get stolen. So he's gonna go from here and go out. at least like to a deep three-pointer, and then he can also throw a long pass, and then he can step into his three-point shot. And after he shoots the shot, whoever shoots it on either side, you shoot it, whatever. You get your rebound, then you go to the back of the line. And whichever side was affected by the play, these two guys, they will rotate. So now he's outside, this guy will rotate in, and these two just return to their same spot. So now this guy's up, and he's going to run scale or hype. And he should realize these guys haven't gone and run the play for them. So either run scale to the right side or run hype to the strong side. All right. So that's what we're going to do for this offense and how we learn it from different ways. So hopefully this helps you out a little bit. I'll show it to you one more time on the actual page. All right. So it looks like this for scale. Comes up, boom, back pick, overhead pass for a shot. You can watch it online, or we can rewind and we can go to hype. He comes up, he goes back door, steps up, right there's the pass. Easy. Now you can do this stuff because this is in every offense. You don't need it to be like, this is our offense, this is your, no, like you're going to have a backdoor cut in some kind of offense. You're going to have a post up in some kind of offense. So we like to run these as just like workouts as well. And you get your shots up and everything else. All right, let's check out the story of the day, and then we'll get to let's go with trivia question right now. It's trivia question, and then the story of the day. All right, the trivia question today is this. It's a hard one. Oh, this is not trivia. This is movie. Get me out of the movie theater. All right. The trivia question today. We got Kieran leading the way with Caleb right there. Good luck with the trivia question. The trivia question is this. All right. Hank Gathers, very, very famous player, was Loyola Marymount's star player in 1988 through 89 before he got his heart attack and stuff. He led the nation with 32.7 points a game and 13.7 rebounds a game. The question is this, though. He was the second player to ever do that. I want to know who the first player was in NCAA history to lead the nation in D1 and rebounds and points. Hank Gathers was the second. Who was the first player in NCAA history? Before Hank Gathers did it, who's the first player in NBA history? In NCAA history to lead the nation in rebounds and points in the same season? That's a tough question. I mean, when I looked it up, it only told me Hank Gathers because that was the most famous one. This guy is, he made the NBA. I definitely know this guy. I think he played for the Knicks. But yes, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Who is that guy? I will be still checking the comment section, but we got to get to the story of the day. So I'm going to stop this music and we'll get to it. Put the answer down anytime and we'll see if you got it. As for the story of the day, Christian Laettner, that is not the answer. Nice try. Watch the story of the day.
Optimal situations are rare. If it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert, less than 100 of those hours will be at the right time, on the right day, with the right team, and on nights without homework. The trick is to have fun, stay focused, and persevere no matter what, so those 10,000 hours fly by. Just know that nothing ever has to be perfect.
Oh, that's so true. Yo, nothing ever has to be perfect, and it won't be perfect, man. Just like the elephant thing, dude. It will not be perfect. Xavier McDaniel's a good guess. Dang. I mean, I feel like I'm wrong. Everyone's just guessing all these answers. I don't know. But know that every single hour will not be perfect. And actually very few of them will be perfect. Always something will happen. Either you'll have a game right beforehand. You'll be tired. There'll be this. You'll have homework. Only a few hours are perfect, right by your house. You got to get through it all. No matter what, you got to get through it all. Xavier McDaniel. 2 people said Xavier McDaniel. Look, okay, this is what I have. No one got my answer. Charlie Slack, oh my God. I mean, maybe this answer is wrong, but I checked the Wikipedia page of Hank Gathers, and it says this. So let me know if I'm wrong. All right, Loyola Marymount's Hank Gathers led the nation with 32.7 points and 13.7 rebounds per game. The last player to lead the country in both categories was Kurt Thomas of Texas Christian University. I mean, I got Kurt Thomas. I don't. Xavier McDaniel sounds like, I don't think he would have led the nation in scoring though, right? Maybe nation. Let me see, rebounding, scoring. I got Kurt Thomas, but let me see how many points per. School's all-time leading rebounder. Second, I don't know. If I'm wrong, you can send me something. But yeah, I had Kurt Thomas. That was your second guess. That one doesn't count. Problem child edits. So I'm sorry, no one gets it this today. No one gets the answer today. But it's a great try. Don't forget that the quote of the day, you guys, is the obstacles are actually the path. Was I going to talk about anything for the NBA? Was there anything up here? Oh yeah, y'all talking about Dame Lillard. What about Drew? Drew's going to get traded. I think wherever Drew goes, he's in revenge mode. He just tweeted out, I'm a Buck for life. I love this team. The next day he gets traded, I think that they're going to trade him to the freaking Heat, and he's going to come for revenge. It's just what I think. I don't know. This is Google. I'm going to check the Xavier McDaniel thing. I know it's not Christian Laettner. Probably not Oscar Robertson. But I'll check the Xavier McDaniel because both of you guys said it. We'll see. But I had Kurt Thomas. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, heads up for Drew Holiday. Where he's going to go. He's coming at him. And imagine him and Jimmy. They do the same thing. Just beat you up, beat you up, beat you up. Anyways, I got to go. Cue my music, man. I'm out. Peace, guys.